Originally developed on the Commodore 64 in 1985 by Beam Software and published by Melbourne House, Way of the Exploding Fist was such a big hit amongst many of us C64 owners and was one of the most realistic and enjoyable fighting games I'd ever played up to that point. The Way of the Exploding Fist embodied everything that is sacred to the martial arts fraternity: elegance, control, precision. It eschewed the scrolling scenery and endless procession of enemies, more typical of early fighting games such as Kung Fu Master, and attempted something radical: a one-on-one contest boasting an audacious array of fighting moves. Though Karate Champ was to appear during the game's development, Exploding Fist's concentration on simulation and a dynamic block counter-attack mechanic set it apart from anything else which had gone before. The game's most exquisite feature was its pixel-perfect collision detection. This plotted every impact animation frame by frame, rather than the standard collision box approach. The collision routines, coupled with the sound effects, resulted in an incredibly satisfying reward when blows landed. The addition of more pronounced crunch effects for perfectly timed hits made the game particularly tactile and remained the benchmark for fighting games for many years. The sprite animation and sound effects are also fondly remembered all these years later, with the digitised screams and shouts. As for the sampled sound, it was a huge part of the game's success. The pre-attack wind-up screams and the bone-crunching impacts were something new in those days. Even the scream during loading is still remembered today. I particularly remember crapping myself upon hearing this for the first time, as I wasn't expecting it and probably had my TV volume set too high. Good memories. Unfortunately, the Way of the Exploding Fist devotees soon discovered the crippling power of the leg sweep, and news that the game could be completed with just one technique was reported in the gaming press. While this never detracted from the two-player experience, some people prefer to take the easy routes through the one-player mode. Well, why not, eh? Aggressive kicks, punches, sweeps and defensive crouches and somersaults are all possible in every imaginable combination, making full use of the joystick and guaranteed to floor your opponent if used correctly. Points are scored not on which action has been taken, but on how well each move was executed. A perfectly executed move gains a full yin-yang symbol, whereas a move which makes partial contact only gaining half a symbol, with two of these full symbols winning the bout. So then, starting already at black belt, you work your way through the rank of the Dans, unlike RK+, where your tournament starts as an absolute novice. The one thing that definitely stands out in Way of the Exploding Fist is the bonus level, and instead of bouncing balls off your shield, you instead conjure up the power to knock out a bull with one swift punch to the face. Lethal. I suppose the last thing to definitely mention is the fantastic music from Neil Brennan, who borrows heavily from the oriental piece Dance of the Yao People, one of the best known and most popular Chinese instrumental compositions of the second half of the 20th century. Although I still think it should have definitely been this one. Okay, maybe not. To add to all this, the superb animation takes place against several scenes from the Orient, beautifully drawn and full of the bright colours of the East. Was this the best fighting game for the Commodore 64? Maybe you preferred IK+. Don't forget to check that out and other fighting games up on the channel playlist, and let me know which one you love best in the comments section. Thanks for watching, guys. It's games like this that really bring me back to the good days playing on my Commodore 64. and it's always good to get these games fired up every now and then, just to have a burst of nostalgia once more. If you're enjoying these memories, then hit the like button, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. There's plenty more memories to be unlocked on the video playlists, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now. Just want to take a moment to thank the following patrons. It's massively appreciated that you're supporting the channel, covering the games we love. Stay retro.